Welcome back into Occupy Democrats, and we have lies, ignorance, and arrogance. Oh, it's the trifecta of Trump. And even I myself, in this breaking story, find it difficult to believe sometimes just how absurdly cognitively dissonant Donald Trump can be while speaking to the United Nations and just pouring out more mistruths, more lies, more exaggeration, more embellishment than one can possibly imagine, as if he truly believes in this breaking story that the rest of the people in this room from countries all over the world actually have no clue he's completely full of shite. Because this is a good example of what he does with regards to the tariff lie. This
overwhelming, stultifying ignorance of the White House press corps that they display day in and day out every time Donald Trump says the word tariff in front of them. Early in the discussion with the press today, Donald Trump said the tariffs, as you know, are starting to come in at record levels. Tremendous amounts of money are coming into our country. Not one White House reporter chose today as the day to demonstrate that at least that one reporter knows that the money Donald Trump is talking about coming into our country is already here. It is in your wallet. It is in your bank account. And the entire crew of White House reporters is stained now by the disgrace of White House reporters failing to point out that every time Donald Trump tells that lie, that it is a lie. Failing to ask him why he cannot admit that tariffs imposed by Donald Trump are paid only by people in America.
But that's, of course, because, as Lawrence O'Donnell said, reporters that he now has don't call him out on it. But he talks about how wonderful a business person he is and how much money that he's making, and also what a great construction builder he was. But let's try to remember this.
Trump's entire candidacy is based on a lie.
I'm really a good businessman. I'm so good at business. Oh.
Not true. Trump is a business failure. Almost every business he's touched, he's driven into the ground.
According to Sharper Image's then CEO, they literally sold almost no stakes.
Trump decided it was a good idea to start a mortgage company in 2006.
It's a great time to start a mortgage company.
That failed in less than 2 years. Let's see, what else was there?
Whatever happened to Trump Airlines?
Oh, that was a good one. The business failed within 3 years.
How about Trump University?
Failed.
And then there's Trump Magazine.
Failed.
Trump Vodka.
Failed.
Trump Travel, Trump Ice, Trump Network.
Failed, failed, failure. Trump has even managed to bankrupt multiple casinos. How do you lose money running a casino?
So in this breaking story, listen to the 2 piles of steaming dung he tried to pass by the UN regarding tariffs and the fabulous job he would have done if they just would have let him rebuild the UN. Right here is the story.
In just 8 months since I took office, we have secured commitments and money already paid for $17 trillion is being invested in the United States. And it's now pouring in from all parts of the world, making this once and again the best country on earth to do business. Many years ago, a very successful real estate developer in New York, known as Donald J. Trump, I bid on the renovation and rebuilding of this very United Nations complex. I remember it so well. I said at the time that I would do it for $500 million, rebuilding everything. It would be beautiful. I used to talk about, I'm going to give you marble floors. They're going to give you terrazzo. I'm going to give you the best of everything. You're going to have mahogany walls. They're going to give you plastic. But they decided to go in another direction, which was much more expensive at the time, and which actually produced a far inferior product. And I realized that they did not know what they were doing when it came to construction, and that their building concepts were so wrong, and the product that they were proposing to build was so bad and so costly. It was going to cost them a fortune. And I said, and wait till you see the overruns. Well, I turned out to be right. They had massive cost overruns and spent between $2 and $4 billion on the building and did not even get the marble floors that I promised them. You walk on terrazzo. Do you notice that? As far as I'm concerned, frankly, looking at the building and getting stuck on the escalator, got from the United Nations was an escalator that on the way up stopped right in the middle, and then a teleprompter that didn't work. These are the two things I got from the United Nations, a bad escalator and a bad teleprompter. They still haven't finished the job. They still haven't finished. That was years ago.
One of Donald Trump's favorite campaign trail comments, both back in 2016 and, of course, in 2024, was that America had become the laughingstock under the woke, radicalized left who just had open borders. Once again, I am never one to say that Joe Biden or any administration is perfect. I am never one to say that people don't push the truth and or stretch it a bit when you run a country the size of 330 million people. But hopefully after 9 months, people are beginning to realize Donald Trump is completely full of it. Maybe even some of the MAGA crew is starting to realize, like the farmers in Arkansas and other such places who are going to lose their farms because he just stone cold, bald-faced lied to them. Maybe, just maybe, but it is an amazing combination of ignorance, arrogance, and stone cold lies that this man continues to run this country in the face of the rest of the world and people, mostly his sycophant cabinet, supporters, and those around him, including the media, just let him get away with it. It's unreal. But I got bad news for you, Donald. The walls are closing in, son. You might want to get yourself a Jetson pack and get out. You guys stay frosty.